Hello, and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is Charlie Sheen. Just kidding, it's Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're here to talk about Denise Richards and her wild things. Before we get into that, we are still on tour. And next week, we go to Boston, Detroit, and Chicago in one fell swoop. Tickets are available, well, the ticket links are available on our website, watchwhatcrappens.com. And then in May, we're going to Austin and Dallas and Las Vegas, which is really cool because we've never done a Vegas show. And I'm so excited to do our very, very, very first Vegas show. And then we have two other shows that we're going to add to the schedule, but they're not ready yet. So just wait, okay? And also go to Watch What Crappens because you'll find links to Patreon. Patreon.com/WatchWhatCrappens, where you get access to Crappens on Demand, where you can watch us. Hello, everyone. But you can also listen to our bonus episodes. And we are recapping the last two episodes of White Lotus. We already recapped this week's. So check that out if you're a White Lotus fan. And then we've got the big finale coming up this weekend. So we can't wait to talk about that. Now, today, we are getting back into Denise Richards' world. We didn't do it last week because we had a really busy week. But also last week's episode, all you missed was, what's his face? Why am I blanking on his name all of a sudden?
Patrick. Sweet babe. Sweet babe. Patrick Muldoon.
Patrick Muldoon going through his midlife crisis, which was him doing a guitar song and having Denise Richards be in his video and then reminiscing on all those good times with Patrick. Sweet babe.
Yeah. Hey, honey, are you jealous I'm doing a music video with Sweet Babe? And you go, yeah, babe, I'm super jealous. You're fucking hot. So, yeah, don't worry about it. I like your dick better. I've always liked your dick. You got the most amazing dick, babe. Fucking Denise.
Literally every episode is Denise saying, I remember the first time I saw Aaron, I saw that dick. It's like she keeps saying it as if she hasn't told us before. And she even does it this episode. It's like, yeah, I saw that dick. And I'm like, I want that dick.
It's the dick stick with Denise Richards. So this one is My Dinner with Charlie, episode 7. And we opened with one of her monologues. And she's like, yeah, for Charlie and I, it was a whirlwind romance. After my first date with Charlie, 9 months later, before we got married, so many people wanted to design my wedding dress. Giorgio Armani flew us to Italy. We went to his villa. It was like a fairy tale. It was like that when I met Erica, when I met, what's his face, my current husband. But, at midnight, his dick literally turned into a pumpkin. It was huge. It was huge. I rode it to Armani's house. I didn't even know him at that time.
People don't know this, but we had a Catholic ceremony and we had to do pre-Cana classes. And I don't even know how we even passed, but we did. And our relationship, it was easy. We had a very, very easy relationship. And but we obviously, it's very different from the divorce. And I remember the first time I was signing those papers and I was like, this is a big pen. And I realized I was just holding Aaron's dick. And I was just moving it on the paper. And I was like, this is a big dick in my hand.
So then we go to Hollywood, the heart of Hollywood, Vine Street, Hollywood and Vine. And they go into Boulevard Steak. Boulevard Steak.
Boulevard Steak. Boulevard. You would think it's Boulevard. It's just Boulevard. And so it's their anniversary.
They only play the weekend.
Denise and Aaron, it's our anniversary. So 6 years. Can you believe it? He's like, yeah, but we've been together 8. Yeah, well, we don't say that part out loud because of Big Pharma. Anyway, I know, 6 years married and we got married on TV. Isn't that crazy? And we see a flashback and I can't believe it has already been, at this point, actually 7 years since we saw it.
Yeah.
6 years.
And they're getting married. Of course, they left out the part where Denise was 5 hours late to her own wedding, and everyone was hot. And then there were helicopters from TMZ flying overhead, and Lisa said, oh my God, I know all of the paparazzi. Hi, TMZ, hi. In the same season that she was like, how would I even sell a story? I don't know anybody.
Wasn't the wedding the last time LVP... There was something significant, right? It was the last time LVP was with so-and-so, where it was in the same shot with Rinna, or what was it? Wasn't there a story?
They were all shocked that she even showed up to the wedding.
Yeah. That's what it was.
They're like, how dare she come to this wedding? She should be scared. It's like, hello, darling. Can we move this along? Ken might not make it through this. Just please move it along.
Lisa Vanderpump was just on the Bravo hot mic thing. Did you see? I saw a little clip of it this morning.
I saw a little clip as well. Which one did you see?
Saw the same clip where she was like, well, I don't miss Kyle, but I do miss what we had, But, when someone says, oh, you're a liar, you just got to move on from those people. But, I do miss those late night phone calls and helping her navigate a tumultuous relationship with her sisters all the time. Drama. Every single time I would just answer the phone call, I would be tending to my dying Jiggy, and I would say, no, let me take the time out for Kyle Richards to talk about how her sister didn't save a stick of challenge butter for her, and they would be in a fight for 6 months over it. I would do that because I was so selfless.
Yeah, I did like that. Kyle always had something to talk about because of her relationships with her sisters, throwing them under the bus and such. God, those were good times.
All those times when she would plot and scheme against her sisters with me late at night, but apparently I'm the schemer. Oh, I miss those days of being gaslit by her in front of the group.
So back to Denise. She's like, hey, honey, do you even remember how we got together? Like, it wasn't even like a first date. He goes, I'm senile right now, babe. Can't remember anything, right? Because we're old. It's hilarious.
Senile or penile?
You're right. You're right. I was your client, and I'll never forget, I told my sister, I noticed your penis in your pants. And I'll never forget the first thing you noticed, that I had 5G radiation above my left earlobe. Thankfully, you stuck your penis in it, and it fixed it. So.
Whoa, how'd you see it? X-ray vision? I'm telling you, Big Pharma, you got to be careful. She's like, yeah, well, because of your stupid ass genes, okay? So she said I should ask him out on a date, and I'm like, I don't want to date him. I just want to fuck him, okay? But I thought it might be inappropriate because I'm a client in your very reputable metal magnet healing business.
I'll never forget when you told me, it was so romantic, when you said, one day if you ever get cancer, only eat apples. I thought that was just the most professional advice I ever heard, so I fucked you right there on the table. So she's like, yeah, I'm always attracted to him, but, seeing with my daughters, God, that made him real fucking hot, let me tell you.
When he showed up going commando with those tight jeans to my daughters when they took them to school, God, what a man. So now we're back into the restaurant, and Aaron's like, wow, time's flying. I used to have dark hair, and now I'm all white.
Yeah. Did you see what they ordered? She's like, all right, so I'm going to have, the Wagyu meatball. All right, we'll do mac and cheese, the potato, the pasta, spaghetti, the tomahawk. What else you want, honey? All right. Hey, is penis on the menu? I'm ordering a big fucking penis right now, and it's not there. All right, just bring us 19 entrees. All right, we'll start with that.
Wagyu. So he's like, yeah, my hair's gray. She's like, yeah, well, I can't see. I can see, but it's not as clear as it used to be. I think it's Mother Nature and God that does that. I can't read anything. Like, I look at your dick, it is still big, but it's like a big blurry big. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone blurred out an entire sentence on TV.
Yeah, like she goes, yeah, I think, Mother Nature does that, right? And he goes, yeah, so you don't have to see me getting old? She goes, yeah, so you're still fucking hot. So that's good. So funny. So then she's telling us, I think with Aaron, we like each other. And there's respect and there's friendship. And that makes it different from my past relationship.
And then all this food comes out, this wide assortment of items. And Denise is like, by the way, you think my OnlyPants is going to pan out? There was a pun there. Maybe I should start Only Puns, which is a pun on OnlyPants.
Yeah, I didn't tell my daughters about the OnlyPants part. Sorry. Go ahead, Denise. Go ahead.
I was going to make just like when I saw Aaron's penis in his pants, I was like, you should start up on OnlyPants. That's all. It was just a sad pun, but it was entertaining to me at the moment.
When I filed for divorce from Charlie, I was moving out of the house. I was 6 months pregnant with Lola, and then I hear my mom on the phone with him because she's pissed that I took all the sippy, and he was pissed that I took all the sippy cups. I mean, that's where we were at. Can you believe it, honey? Sippy cups. Jesus Christ.
Wait, did he drink out of the sippy cups? I mean, what didn't he drink out of? Put some vodka in the bird bath and go to town, It didn't matter what the vessel was, but the fewer the vessels, the angrier he got. So, but I don't think it really was about the sippy cups. It was about the fact that the family unit was moving and, but I did leave a high chair for him, which he did apparently have sex with 3 hookers on somehow. I don't know how he did it, but God bless.
Then somehow snorted it, which is actually crazy. I mean, that man...
She said it wasn't called a high chair for nothing. So good for him.
So they also got back together. And he's like, that's not unfortunate. Why are you saying unfortunately? That's a good thing, right? And she's like, I always wanted the girls to know I did everything I could to make that work. Dun, dun.
So, we did see a couples therapist that his lawyer found for us. And let me tell you something, their therapist dropped us as clients. Okay, it's the second time in her career to ever drop a couple. Kind of like how I wanted Aaron to drop Trow after I saw that outline in his jeans. And she pulled me aside and said, if you stay with him, you're going to need therapy every day for the rest of your life, and I don't want to be that person. And that was just based on the shit that we were sharing with her. If only she knew some of the other shit, am I right?
Yeah, well, life is short, babe, and you don't need tiger blood to do it. She's like, oh, my God, the poor bastard with that thing, fucking tiger blood. Jesus Christ, don't even get me started on that.
I love the idea of this poor therapist who after like 2 sessions was just like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm not taking on Charlie Sheen.
Too crazy. This is like literally too crazy.
We've reached the limits of modern psychology. Go on out. Get it out. We're done.
So now we go to townhouse number 2, and they're in the kitchen. Lola and Denise are standing at the island. Hi, Mom. Can I eat this? And it's just an orange. She goes, what, can you have a little tiny fucking orange? Yeah, Lola, you can eat a tiny fucking orange. Jeez. Here, I'll have one with you. All right?
Well, I just don't know, Mom. I don't know. It's like, yeah, well, you're a tiny little orange. And you know what I call Aaron? A big little banana. Anyway, I'll have one too. The banana and the orange, if you know what I'm saying. Mom, stop. Okay, well, your dad wants to go to lunch, and Sammy's not going because she doesn't want to, and she apparently doesn't like hanging out with anyone aside from herself. So your dad wants to see you, so you're ready to go. You can have all the oranges you want.
So she's like, the girls have been through a lot with their dad. It's been real up and down. And we cut to Lola, and she's like, I'm just like so close with my dad right now. I think that is such a blessing. I thank Jesus every day for that. And she's like, I would. And then we cut to Sammy. She's like, I would literally do anything to not go to lunch with my dad. He doesn't deserve this nose.
I just really want to have like Taco Tuesday with my dad. Thank you, Jesus, for Taco Tuesday and my dad. Well, no matter what, at the end of the day, you got a big dick for a big dick. And even though you girls are over 18, we'll always be your parents.
So she's like, yeah, Mom. So then she is like, Charlie should get together with the girls more. It's important to see your kids, and they should see us get together more because it's important for your kids to see that you can get along with their exes, It's why I slept with that lizard for so long. I said, listen, I'm willing to do a lot for this family.
I'll do anything for it, She goes, okay, we're going to go to Toscanobra. And she's like, no, Mom. Like, I know everyone there since I used to work there, Mom.
Yeah, well, I know, but, they're giving it to us free because I called and I said I'm Lola's mom, so congratulations. You feel like a fucking movie star for once. She's like, well, I'm going to need therapy after. Oh, honey, you've needed therapy for a long time. There's a lot to unpack there, as Andy Cohen would say.
So now we go, now it's the evening, and Denise and Aaron's like lying in bed shirtless, and then she comes in, she's like, hey, want to take a photo of me? And he's like, okay. And she's like, look here, before and after. And she has, before and after, her neck looks different, and she's talking about her turkey neck and what she's done with it.
Yeah, she has like a strappy thing that she's putting on, and it like freezes her neck, and we see a close-up of it, and it does do it. Whatever it did worked. what is it? I want that. And they didn't say what it was. I thought it was going to be some product that she was going to be like, yeah, and that's why you've got, I've got my only turkey necks videos coming out. It's basically guys come on, they fuck my turkey neck. And, once I get enough subscribers, I reveal how I get it up so they can't stick their penis in there anymore. Huge deal. Great product.
I would for sure lift my neck if I didn't have to do the surgery. I mean, someone's putting you the fuck out and you could be lights out. Like, who the fuck wants that? I mean, when your eyes are closed, you can't see all the big dicks in the pants around you.
So she's trying to do it to him. She's like, I would have fucked you even with your neck. Even without your neck up, you look really good, Aaron. You still got it. We could do it on your balls, though. Yeah, we'd be. He's like, so you're saying I have big droopy balls, babe? She's like, no, I'm just kidding. You don't, baby.
So now we head to Toscanova Restaurant, where Denise, Charlie, and Lola all show up. And this is Charlie's big arrival. This is like Bravo. Bravo's so happy. This is all Bravo wanted. They just wanted Charlie Sheen on camera. So they sit down, and he is like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, I guess he's like old now. And he's had like some sort of surgery, so he looks like a little different. And his voice is much higher than I remember it being.
Yeah, I don't remember him talking like this. He's like,
I don't remember that either.
Hey guys, how are you? It's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. And I'd just like to say here, I'm part of the Sheen Richards party. Okay, great. You can see me now. That would be great. Hey guys, it was a little awkward, right? And she goes, hey, I need to take a look at your neck because I want to get mine done. I'm sick of guys trying to fuck. I got enough subscribers now on my only turkey necks. He's like, all right, why do we got to highlight my neck? What is this? What is this? Is this what they do on reality TV? I've never been on reality TV. I'm doing this for you, Denise. I'm doing this for you. Is this what we're doing? Turkey neck content? Great.
Yeah, sure is. Okay, well, it looks good. Okay, it looks like you never would know that you're like 100. He's like, well, that's hilarious. Thanks very much, Denise. Well, it's good to see you, Charles. Yeah, well, it's good to see you too, Denise. Yeah, good to see you. Any chance that somebody actually applauds my presence is awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm applauding you, Charles. So Lola comes and it's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to be back here. No, I will not get you a glass of water. Oh my God. So she is shown to the table.
No, I was gonna say what her next thing is, where she's shown to the table and she goes, "This is like so nostalgic for me. I was so young when I worked here. I was 17." She's like 19 now.
All youth. So then we see a shift photo when she was working and Charlie came and they're smiling. And he's like, yeah, you remember that day, kid? That was a good day. I remember Lola. I visited Lola. I had a couple of hookers at the hostess stand waiting for me, She was so young. She was 17. I said, you're almost young enough to get on the streets, And when they posted for a picture, when we posted for a picture, nobody knew I was your dad. I mean, what the hell? What the hell, kid? You know how hard I've worked? Now nobody knows who I am? Come on.
Yeah, they thought I was just like a fan, and I was like, thank Jesus for that. So he's like, yeah, well, did you keep it a secret out of shame or just to protect me? She goes, well, I kept it a secret because I didn't want people to treat me any differently. Like, how funny is that? And she says, my relationship with my dad is, it's definitely improved. We started getting pedicures together like every 2 or 3 weeks, and that's become our favorite thing to do together. He used to get pink with sparkles on top, and it was sort of weird because he'd always have like 3 prostitutes, so we sort of filled up the whole nail salon, but whatever, it was fun.
Yeah, like he made fun of me a couple of times when I got crucifixes on my 2 big toes. And he said, like, where's the third one? Weren't there 3 on the hill? And I was like, well, I'm the martyr in the middle. You can only have so many toes, Dad. Jeez. We did have like a tense moment at one pedicure because he made a joke. He said, today is like Taco Tuesday. And I was like, please don't make fun of Taco Tuesday. It's a sacred night. He asked me to pray over his Taco Tuesday, and I was like, I don't have a prayer for tacos. I mean, I do have one for, like, lizards now. I came up with that one. Can I use that one?
So we prayed for Godzilla together, and then he painted Godzilla's face on all 10 of his toes.
Unfortunately, she almost cut off his small toe because she was crying so hard by the end of the Godzilla prayer, so I guess it worked.
it was really moving. It was nice that there was a rabbi there.
All right. This is cool. Look at this. Here we are, just completely comfortable on camera, huh? You know, I've never done a reality show, Denise. And she goes, yeah, you know, the Housewives thing, they wanted you on. He goes, well, I never saw that show until about 3 days ago. I stumbled onto this fight between you and Lisa Rinna. I mean, wow. Jeez.
Which is great because it gives us an excuse to see once again, you're so angry. Oh, Denise, you're so angry.
Now you're playing dirty. That's what's happening. Oh, I'm playing dirty. Ooh. You're dirty.
You're so angry.
You're so angry. Well, you know, I didn't have the backstory, so I didn't know whose side to pick. I mean, obviously, I picked yours, you know, because you gave me that gift of a high chair back in the day. So that was sweet.
Wow. You know, the things I saw on that journey, I'll tell you, no Coke has, or any LSD has ever compared to snorting a high chair. Anyway, what was I saying?
You're like, all right, well, I can tell you this much. This lunch is not going to look anything like that. It's not going to look anything like that. All right, so I was thinking this morning, you know, the considerations for what you'd order to eat on a date. All right, what would they be, Lola? And she's like, oh my God, Dad, I've never been on a date, only with the Lord.
Yeah, I really struggle with finding boyfriends. You know, it's really hard for me to trust someone because I never know if they're just like a fan of my dad. And like one guy who had a crush on me literally had a poster of my dad on his wall, and he was just like a little bit obsessed, or a lot. Like, I don't know, like very weird. I definitely don't want to go on another date with Patrick Muldoon. It was just really strange.
Yeah, that makes more sense because who the fuck has pictures of Charlie Sheen up in there? Like, what young person is like, you know who I love? Charlie Sheen. Like a 17-year-old who's like super into Charlie Sheen. What?
Has Charlie Sheen maybe become kind of like like one of those actors that like young people like, you know, like sort of ironic? I mean, I'm sure,
like
you
when
know, a lot of
Friends
kids
was released on Netflix or whatever.
I mean, a lot of kids grew up with 2.5 Men airing, you know, so they knew who he was, and maybe it's like cool, and they probably have many pictures of him in Platoon.
17-years did?
If you're 17,
like 100 years ago?
Oh yeah, if you're 17, that's true. You were well, if you were 17, you were born in 2008. I think 2.5 Men was on like through all the 2000. I feel like it was on for like 40 years. It was never not there.
Wow.
You know, and so I'm sure there's like, you know, maybe they found like hot shots, and so he became like a cult character. They were, you know, they were young when he had his big flame out, you know, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. So now they're talking about Charlie and Denise's first date. He's like, yeah, we're at my condo. We were watching a baseball game. So you did like a little dinner? And he's like, no. I stopped at the liquor store. Okay, that's what I did. So that's so romantic. Jesus liked wine. Well,
by the way,
crack.
I just want to,
you know, there was a little crack there too. I'm not going to lie. I also
cherish.
stopped in the parking lot. So that was fun.
Yeah. I just want to say 2.5 Men went from 2003 to I think 2015. So maybe my theory is not strong because they would have been little kid, like really young during 2.5 Men's time on the air. So I retract.
So that's just a part of pop culture that I just never let touch me. I was like, I rebuke you. I was like, I rebuke you. So then, Denise is like, yeah, he stopped at the liquor store and I brought the food and ice cream. You want to know what we had? Oh, yeah, that was the best time ever. That was so fun. She goes, yeah, that is true. It was a very fun time. I had steamed vegetables. She goes, of course you did, Mom.
You know, the one thing I will say about you and I going through the difficulty we did is that you knew I always had your back at the end of the day. When I divorced you, you knew I had your back when I left you. And he's like,
he's like, oh.
She's like, you know, I never was going to say this or that or hold a press conference. I always had your fucking back.
And my sippy cups, am I right? She had my back and my sippy cups. So maybe we shouldn't discuss that right now, right? Yeah. Because if you didn't have my back, we wouldn't be able to have moments like this. Wonderful moments like this.
Yeah. And then Denise tells us that, you know, like, well, Charlie and I were married for 4.5 years, which is sort of like double his show. 2.5 Men, kind of. But he'd been sober for about 4 years, and I never thought someone who would be so committed to sobriety would fall back into it because they never really been around it. But then after I got pregnant with Lola, it just started to turn fast. So, I hope this doesn't damage her. I hope this doesn't give her a complex that it's her fault that he went off the wagon and went Looney Tunes for the rest of his life. But anyway, now I've said it on TV.
Yeah, and it was a big fight. And I just packed my belongings, Sammy's belongings. I called her nanny to meet him at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And when the nanny came, I left Sammy with the nanny, filed for divorce on my way to a table read. Not good.
I mean, look, I got my kids, I got the nanny, and as I was driving down the street to the hotel, I sort of honked my horn a lot and said, "Hey, has anyone got a lizard they want to offload on me as long as I'm packing things up?"
I took a nice long sip from a sippy cup. It felt good. That was a good day. That was a big day in my life. So she goes, "Yeah, come on, Charlie. I had your back. He's like, "Well, this soup is really good, huh? You should have ordered the soup."
She's like, "Ha!" So then he gets something and it has like carrots in it. And he's like, "So is this a carrot or is it squash? Because there's a giant E. coli carrot alert right now. So is this a carrot or some kind of squash? I'd like to get to the bottom of it now." She's like, "Well, I think it's a sweet." Oh, Lola's like, "I think it's a sweet potato, Dad, actually." It's like, "Well, to me, that looks like a fucking carrot. So eat it. Don't be such a puss."
Oh my God, you just can't eat anything anymore. I remember when I was really young, there was like a spinach warning. I was like 18.
Yeah, it's like a sepia tone memory.
She's like, wow, look at Charlie worried about germs, okay? Contaminated vegetable. I mean, listen, look at the history of what's gone into his body and the people he surrounded himself with during his divorce. I mean, Jesus Christ. He was blowing a monkey the first time I let him visit the kids. Jeez.
He's like, "Well, I think I've survived much worse than eating the E. coli carrot." And Lola's like, "I think this is where Sammy gets her dark humor from. That's where she gets all her E. coli jokes." It's like, "Well, hopefully. How is she? Is she good? Does she still remember what I look like?" She's like, "I don't know. She got a new nose." So
I tried to ask her how she was doing, and she tried to charge me a subscription. I said, "You better watch your damn mouth, young lady. All right?"
Lola's like,
"I don't know. I mean, she got a spray tan the other day."
"There's a lot going on with Sammy."
That killed me. How's your sister? She's good. She got a spray tan. It's like, awesome. That's awesome. So in the confessional, Sammy is sitting with Denise, and she's like, "Yeah, me and my dad haven't spoken in like a few months. It comes in chunks. Like the first 13 years were really bad, but then they were okay. And now it's just like, I mean, is it a sweet potato or a carrot?"
It was so strange that Sammy decided to talk about that while impersonating her sister.
Oh, sorry. Me and my dad. Okay, just pretend I was saying it like that. I think he's mad.
Yeah, I'm like mad at my dad, but I'm mad at my sister too. So I will mock her while talking about my dad.
Yeah, on my like Charlie Sheen Google alert, I read a while back that he got mad that she has an OnlyFans, and that caused big fights, huge fights.
I feel like Charlie Sheen has forfeited the right to complain about embarrassing the family.
Even when he's right, you know what I mean? Like no one wants to be like, "Oh my God, my teenage daughter's on OnlyFans," but you know, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the right.
It's done. It's forfeited.
I haven't fucked over my children, so I can say that, but you can't.
Yeah, you're like, "Bueller, you will never go on OnlyFans."
Exactly.
So Denise is like, my kids have been through a lot with their dad, and it hasn't really been perfect with he and Lola or any of his kids. So I hope he does recognize that, because he's missing out, and she's getting choked up talking about it.
Yeah. I was curious to see you since you had your fucking neck done. Would you do your fucking neck again? God damn, Charlie. Jesus Christ. And then it cuts to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I wanted to see how it looked, but I think I'm good on getting my neck done." I mean,
any chance you can call up Emilio so we can see what's going on with his neck?
Right. He asked his soup if this is a potato or a carrot, and his neck said, "Is this a fucking?" And the carrot said, "Is that a fucking neck or a fucking playing card?" What the fuck is that thing? A shelf? What are you doing?
By the way, why was it strange to me? I don't know why, But why was it so strange to me that Charlie Sheen ordered a lentil soup? I just don't see him as someone who orders a lentil soup. Like,
his order was odd. He ordered lentil soup and calamari, which I thought was both things were odd.
I really, you know what I have to say, I don't enjoy a lentil soup. I find them to be a very sad soup.
I love lentil
like
soup.
Really?
Oh yeah, I make it. Yeah, I make it every couple of weeks. I eat a lot of lentil soup.
I like lentils. It's one of my favorite Barbra Streisand movies.
Chickpea, can you hear me?
No, I do like lentils, but I just feel like lentil soup. I don't know. It's like too like bitsy and grainy. Not grainy. It's like little bits and bobs in my soup. I don't know.
A lot of tiny skins. A lot of tiny skins.
Little things.
Yeah,
I want my soup
like
to either be I want my soup to be like either a puree or like a chowder. I want it to be chunks.
Oh, I'm into like a lot of shit in my soups. Yeah. So she doesn't like his neck, basically. But to him, she's like, oh, it looks fucking great. It looks real fucking good, And he goes, yeah, I'd let them do it again if they want to, unless I'm playing a character that lived in a turtleneck. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could do that. Am I right? God, this reality TV thing, right? I'm killing it. Am I killing it? God.
His turtleneck bit is great. So she's like, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. And then Charlie's like, well, see, this is not a date meal. And he points to Denise's pizza because I guess it's a reference to his Westwood apartment date. She's like, yeah, well, it's because I had 2 pieces of the pizza. He's like, okay, 2. You're gonna take this with it? She's like, sure. They're just talking
what's
about
funny?
food.
Like, I could never picture you guys being married. She's like, what? How can you not picture it? I mean, what mother's not like, hey, I fucking had your back during the crack cocaine and hooker stories? You know what I mean? It was like regular family night over here.
Sometimes I think about like if you were still married and like if we all lived in the same house, what that would be like.
Yeah, so here's what you can do. Imagine 10 prostitutes walking in.
Like Thanksgiving?
Yeah, except it's all the time.
Imagine them trying to give you your breakfast out of a wine bottle. It's because you stole my sippy cups. I mean, why are we still bringing that up? Jesus Christ.
And then he's sifting. Then Charlie starts sifting through more carrots. And he's like, wow, I'm really hitting the jackpot with this place. By the way, I love that Bravo is so excited that Charlie Sheen is on camera that literally nothing has happened. We're watching him like sifting through carrots right now. Denise is like, yeah, I'm mad. I'm glad we did this. Not mad, I'm glad. And we should do this more often. Get together, put carrots in front of Charlie, watch him freak out. God, it's hilarious.
You're superstar Charlie Sheen. And you're a superstar too, Mom. Jesus, you guys are both superstars. I'm scared of being famous. Like, what would people say about me?
Oh, well, do what I do. Just don't read anything. Because if you don't read it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's funny he's giving her that advice because, God, he would tweet me things that were disgusting. I mean, I became a shell of myself after his tweets. Jesus.
It is so funny how Denise really is, like, she holds so much compassion for people because I would never talk to this man again. And she talks about how he was slamming her in the tabloids and this and that. Do you remember what years they were married?
It's like the worst mother of all time. What a shitty mother. I mean,
yeah. Was this like, around 2005 or so, 2004, 2005? I don't remember when it was.
I don't remember
Somewhere in there.
years. I find it better to just not remember years. And then we see some stuff on the screen, and Denise is talking about like he was slamming her. And meanwhile, she was not doing that back to him. He was spiraling, and she was raising her own kids, and plus took in his sons from Brooke because both parents were unstable. Brooke had to go to substance abuse treatment, and so she was raising Brooke's children and her own children at the same time, and he's going off on her on Twitter and stuff, which is so shitty. And also still shitty of Brooke, when Brooke just came out this week and had an article like, Denise doesn't pay me shit to do a show. I've never seen a paycheck from that show, and now she won't even call me back. I think Denise has done enough for you to be able to shut your fucking mouth, Brooke. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So now Charlie is like, Brad Pitt said something so smart. He said, if I look good in a picture, I'll take it. But he would never read the story attached because he knew exactly what it was going to be. Man, I am such a fan. Never met the man. And Lola's like, I met him. And they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, I know. He used to cook you breakfast. I'm so jealous.
He's like, yeah, I used to be friends with his kids because we used to go to beach camp. So we would just like sleep over, and Brad would make breakfast in the morning.
It figures that Charlie would be a fan of fucking that guy. I mean, have you read any stories about him and his child rearing lately? Good God. He's like, God, I really respect that guy. What a dad.
Yeah, Brad.
What a
He's
dad.
so good.
All right.
Yeah, it's just funny because I never knew my dad was such a big fan.
And Denise is like, well, I wish Brad Pitt would make me breakfast. I'd like to see his jeans, if you know what I'm talking about.
One time I woke up and I thought, oh my God, that's Brad Pitt, but I just couldn't see where it very well. It was Aaron's dick. It was Aaron's dick.
It was just a dick.
I was like, you're so good, and a river runs through it. And he was like, honey, it's my dick.
I said, I loved you in 12 Monkeys, but then I realized it was just 12 inches, if you know what I'm saying.
That's so funny. Like, I never knew my dad was such a big fan of Brad Pitt. Oh, you know what? I think that's just it. So thank you for this. The reality TV experiment has passed. I'm great at it. And let's do this again. Maybe next time you could just take me to an actual farm and have me eat cow shit, and I could walk away with E. coli instead of trying to trick me through carrots. That would be great.
And they leave and scene. And that is the episode. So, yeah, fun times. Next week is the season finale. Thanks, everyone, for being here for another light and frothy Denise Richards and her Wild Things recap. And we'll be back with more recaps throughout the week. Go to watchcrappens.com to get your tickets and to join our Patreon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.